Once upon a time, the great playwright J.M. Barrie wrote Peter Pan, in which the infant Peter falls out of his baby carriage and is whisked away by fairies to Neverland. 100 years later, Dave Barry and Ridley Pearson decided to invent a new origin story for Peter. In Peter and the Starcatchers, he's an orphan boy and he is on a journey that takes a wrong turn and he ends up somewhere he's not supposed to end up. And a story evolves by the end of which he has become the boy who will not grow up, Peter Pan.
And so our story begins.
Can you keep a secret?
I can.
This is an unusual story in that there are two heroes. There's this young male character and then there's a young female character who's a proto-feminist, super smart, hyper-curious, very articulate, bossy, prejudiced, opinionated, privileged female who as a result is completely friendless. We get the story of our play. The story of this boy and this girl, who by the end of the play, because they meet each other, and only because they meet each other, could be Peter and the Starcatcher. In the summer of 2007, Tom Schumacher, who most people think of as the president of Disney Theatrical Productions, but whom I think of as our guardian angel, had a big idea to take a novel, Peter and the Starcatchers, by Dave Barry and Ridley Pearson, and make a play from it, in the tradition of the triumphant Royal Shakespeare Company production of Nicholas Nickleby. Now, Tom Schumacher is in the business of making the impossible happen on stage. Think The Lion King, okay? And he decided to hedge his bet for this particular effort by bringing the novel to two specific people. Roger Rees, who played Nicholas Nickleby in the Royal Shakespeare Company production, and Alex Timbers, who has an abiding passion for the traditions of story theater. So Roger and Alex put together whatever props they could get their hands on: a length of rope, a few sticks of wood, a ladder, a couple of buckets, a steamer trunk, and a stuffed bird. They have those objects, 15 or 16 non-equity interns, and a 500-page manuscript. In this novel, there are ships at sea and sea battles and hurricanes and ships being destroyed and shipwrecks and an island and England, and it's Victorian, and there's carriages and bumpy roads and palm trees and mountains and cliffs and sharks and mermaids, and it's difficult to kind of wrap your head around. And they saw this first 10 days as an opportunity to try to wrap their head around what devices they would use and how imaginative the process needed to be in order to present all of those things I just mentioned with nothing. So now there's a script for a play, a new play. So our producer, Tom Schumacher, gave us the opportunity for a production at La Jolla Playhouse. It's a wonderful program. You get to play 24 performances of your play. Tom and his team were intrigued, so they gave us our next opportunity, a production in New York, off Broadway, at New York Theater Workshop. So New York Theater Workshop goes into rehearsal. We have 6 actors who've been with us. We have 6 new actors, a script that's 75% rewritten. But it's going to be as a feast for the mind's eye, as told through the enormous talents of 12 people as a company ensemble, which was also the real lifeblood and DNA of this particular production, where a group of actors will do everything. They won't just play human characters, they will play inanimate objects, they will play flora and fauna and everything. They will narrate the story for you, they will play hundreds of characters, objects, things. They will do all the heavy lifting without any help from big sets and, big effects. That company ethic merged with the do-it-yourself ethic of the physical production, what the actors would wear in terms of costumes, what the physical environment would be in terms of the scenic design, even what the poster would be for the show, which was first created in a do-it-yourself way by a guy carving it out of wood. It's the same sensibility of the show. You make this thing, and it's rough-hewn, homemade, and exhilarating for being that. We opened this play at this improbable theater, the New York Theater Workshop, this edgy, risque theater. Against amazing odds, we got a rave review from Ben Brantley in the New York Times. It was the biggest hit that ever happened at New York Theater Workshop. So everyone was sort of freaking out. Everybody was hoping that there would be a Broadway move. Well, every night there's this parade of producers coming downtown to Theater Workshop to see this amazing show that everybody's so excited about. And here's what happened. Everybody was saying no. This is great right where it is. Don't move this. This is an off-Broadway play. This play shouldn't be in a big theater. It's small. Everything about it is small. It's got this do-it-yourself thing going. It doesn't, I mean, on Broadway, if you talk about a pirate ship, you need to see a pirate ship. Leave it down here at off-Broadway, where everybody loves it. And then, one wonderful night, a team of producers came to see the play, and they went to Tom Schumacher and said, "We get it. We want to bring this to Broadway where a lot of people can come see it, and we don't want to change a thing."
Supposing all these planks and ropes are now the British Empire.
And we are lords,
and captains,
Mothers,
orphans,
sailors,
Pirates.
tropical kings.
and use your thoughts to hoist the sails and deck the ships awaiting us this early gray and misty dawn in 1885.
On opening night, this remarkable thing happened, which was the cast came out and the audience started to applaud. And they didn't sing. These people all doing so much on stage all the time, playing everything, doing everything while you feel everything with them. Here was this little do-it-yourself play made out of wood, made out of planks, made out of rope and sticks and buckets. Nothing that becomes a whole world of story and emotion. On May 1st, 2012, Peter and the Starcatcher became the new American play with the most Tony nominations in the history of the Tonys. And we went on to win 5, which was more than any play last season. And as if that weren't wonderful enough, the play's been named to all the best lists of the year. What it's really about is everything we love about the theater. How people can make an audience feel, and how people can engage an audience, and how people can stimulate an audience and connect with an audience, with nothing but their imagination, the audience's imagination, and the space between the two.